I have several puzzles, and this puzzle is Stamps of Norway. They've been kind enough to put the text in English, and it's 1,000 pieces. I bought this, I don't even know, many years ago. I've put it together a few times, and my parents borrowed it, and they put it together. So it has gotten some use, but it has the nice, sturdy, thick pieces that don't break easily, which I'm very happy about. So I'm going to be kind to myself this time. I'm gonna look through all of it and find all the sides so I can make the edge around, and obviously pick out all the corners because they're part of the edge. In other videos that I made when I puzzle, I sit in that chair, but this one, because usually the picture is like this way, but this one is this way, so I need the space basically. Which I once borrowed a puzzle from my sister, which was 5,000 pieces. That took a while, but my table wasn't big enough, so my dad made like a whole big thing. Because I didn't measure it at first, so I was like, yeah, but I have a big table, I'm sure it's big enough. I was wrong. That turned into quite a bit of a problem for a bit, until my dad was kind enough to basically build me a big flat thing that I could put the puzzle on. But the puzzles I own myself, the biggest one I own is 3,000 pieces, and it does fit on the table. There's not much left of the table that is without a puzzle, but it does fit, so that's the important part, at least in my opinion. I do love it when I can go from this to this. One thing I like about puzzles is you don't need any electricity. Though I did have to turn on my lights because it's currently a bit of thunder and lightning around me, which means I turn off most electrical things. Puzzles, however, do not need any electricity, except lighting might be good sometimes, so you can actually see what you're doing. Yet again, the big question is, where do I start? I'd go with finding pieces I think I know where it's supposed to go, or at least something that goes together, I guess. Not interesting, but amusing, maybe? Thing about this is, when I was little, I collected stamps, so I actually have a lot of these stamps. They're not fancy, not anything like that, but I do have a lot of them. Which I find, yeah, amusing. And I don't know if the camera picks up the flashes, or the thunder, or the rain. I mean, the perfect time to do puzzles, or not any time is perfect to do puzzles, but I like to turn off my electricity, as in like TV. Not that I have a TV, but I do have a computer and I do have internet, and I like to unplug those things when there's a lot of thunder. Because I learned that when I was a kid. I learned it very, very well, so it still sticks, so I still turn it off. Just to be on the safe side. So I still do that, but one of the good things about puzzles is, well, you don't need much for it. You just need the puzzle, some lighting, and a place to put it down. Though if you have a very small space, the put it down part might be a little hard at times. And if you ever wonder if there is actually a system to this madness of this puzzle, no, it's not. Might be madness to it, but no system, which is kind of weird. I mean, I like systems, And sometimes when it's thunder and lightning, I like sometimes see the lightning and I was like, where's the thunder? Did it disappear? And the answer may occasionally be yes, it seems, but yeah, well, they do tend to show up at some point. I have been grabbing pieces because it was so hard to just dig through and find stuff. So I've been literally looking at every single piece to see if it's like, do I think I can figure out where it goes? If yes, then obviously you can see that I've done a lot. But if no, I just put it in the pile, and when I'm done with that, I'm gonna do it again. Just go through them one by one. Because I can't find another way to do it with this. It's hard to like find something to look for, basically. Or at least that's my opinion. And since I'm the one doing the puzzle, my opinion is the one that counts. And there are things that I'm not sure if I put on the right place, because on the lid there is a big, like, the stamps in Norway that hide things. Like this whole piece here, I think, yeah, about this whole piece here is hidden, so I don't know what's behind it. And there's hidden stuff at the side, at the bottom, so there's like a lot of hidden places that just by looking at the lid, I don't know what's there. That makes it a little bit more, let's say, challenging. But even though that's a bit more challenging, it doesn't make it impossible. I mean, anything and everything is possible, it just, some of the things are a little harder and they take a little longer. And that's okay. I don't think we're meant to be able to do everything the minute we look at it, because when would the learning happen then? The thing is, it wouldn't. And I like learning. Not that this is learning necessarily, but I will say, in my opinion, it's very enjoyable. And I do like to enjoy myself. Then again, who doesn't? I mean, have you met someone who does not like to enjoy themselves? Because, I don't know. I might wonder a bit about those people, whoever those might be. I guess you could say this was the first run through. Ooh. I mean, there are clearly pieces that are not put exactly right. I mean, this doesn't work. I don't know where these two go. I have a feeling they go like in the hidden area, but I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna turn the box around and do it all over again. When I do this, I know what I've put down, but it's hard to sometimes remember what I put down on the side. So I always like to look it over and say what do I want my brain to pay attention to, so we can find it, since I don't know everything. Obviously, I don't think it's possible to know everything. That sounds like a lot of work. I wonder how many times I will go through them before I find everything. I mean, I'm just starting my second round now, so who knows? And sometimes I look at the pieces and it's like, I feel like I should know where this one goes, and then I can't find it, and then, well, let's move on to the next piece. So that's what I do. I move on to the next piece. Because at some point, all of them will fit. And sure, I could probably look a bit more on the lid, at the lid. Take a peek at the lid. But, I don't know. I do like trying to kind of figuring it out on my own. And yes, I know looking at the lid is definitely figuring it out on my own, but it's not the same way. You don't get I don't feel like you get this discovery the same way. It's still a discovery, but not as much in a way that I would want it to be. So I have my way of doing it. I have a feeling it's a slower way than a lot of other people, and that's okay. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't mean for this to go fast and finish as many puzzles as I can within a short amount of time, because also I don't have that many puzzles. I would like more puzzles, but you know, they cost money. So, hey, can't have everything, at least not right away. Doesn't mean I can't, like, buy a puzzle here and there. Because I do. Because I enjoy them. I mean, a lot of people spend money on their hobbies, and this is my hobby. Oh, I'm not sure if that one goes there. Ugh. There are so many pieces. Some of the pieces up there is like, they're so far away. Can I see what's really happening? It's not, I don't have a problem with seeing them. It's just the angle, it's weird, so it's hard to like decide, do they actually fit, or does it just, or is it just wishful thinking? There you have it. It's definitely not done yet. There are a lot of open spaces. But that was the second run through of all the pieces. And I will say I think I did a fairly decent job this time. So, how many more times do I have to go through all of them to finish the puzzle? For some of the pieces, I don't know which way they go even. It's impossible to tell. I literally have no idea. Well, on to the next one. That didn't give me much of a clue either. This is the tiny pile that's left after the third round. You can obviously still see some holes here, but they're very few and far between, so I'm guessing that by the time I'm done with the fourth round of looking through all the pieces, this will be fully done. Now let's see, shall we? I was correct. All the pieces are gone into this whole picture here, with all stamps from Norway. Are these all our stamps? Absolutely not. But the puzzle is done. I have a lot of these stamps, like this one. I have these two, and this one. Everyone had this one because it was the Olympics, and we got a stamp out of it. We got a lot of other things too, like medals and all, but I'm not that into sport, so that's mostly what I know. But here is the finished product of a puzzle with 1,000 pieces. And now to the next phase of the puzzle, the back in the box part. I've taken it all apart, put it back in the box. I'm always very careful when I do that to make sure I don't, accidentally drop some of the pieces on the floor and then I lose them forever and ever. But now it's safely back in the box. I hope you have a nice day or night whenever you watch this, and I hope you have a hobby you enjoy that you get to have fun with.